Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, thanks to everyone for joining us today. I'm getting double sound, so if it sounds a little bit weird or we're off, that's yeah, we're dealing with using YouTube for the first time.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get rolling. Okay, so welcome to CEO Bootcamp. We are doing our CEO Bootcamp session one. Kath, how you doing tonight?
I'm
Today?
good. I'm currently sharing it to my group. Yeah, good
Okay.
evening, Sean.
Hi, yeah. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning here in California.
Wow. 4 a.m. Yeah, so here in
Mm,
Japan it's 8 o'clock, 8:04.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Have you had
yeah.
enough
So,
sleep?
yeah. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, we've had some really good response, right, Kath?
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah, and so today we want to actually give you an introduction to the course and talk about a section that is a little bit shorter than the regular course, and so we wanted to actually give you this session in advance so
Hmm.
that you could see what the course is like,
Exactly.
understand a little bit about the interaction,
Hmm.
and then get you started on understanding what it takes to really manage your time and your
Hmm.
situations that you're going to face as you're running your business. Okay. Now, Kath, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so actually, this is the one that we mentioned to you last time that we are going to give something for free, and that is the first one. So this is exactly just like the next sessions, but we would like to actually offer this for everyone, for you to experience and learn from this. And then hopefully you'll try to consider um, signing in because it's really a good opportunity for you to help you with your life and making your decisions and controlling your life as well, especially with your business or your career. There.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. It's true, right? When you're running a business, it really gets hard to not only manage the work that you do as you
Mm-hmm.
would with working in a company, but also all of the other outside influences on your business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what we're going to focus on today.
Yes.
Yeah. And at the end of today's session, we also have a couple of special announcements.
Mm-hmm.
So please stay with us till the end. If you have any questions along the way, please feel free to drop those in, whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook. Oh, yeah, you can drop those in, and then we'll answer them as we go.
Yes. We'll be reading some of your comments as well.
Hmm.
But for the meantime, we are going to focus on delivering the session, and that is stakeholders. Yeah.
All right, so let's get started. Okay. So, really, our objectives for today are these three. So, one is to know how to define your stakeholders. Like, who are your stakeholders and what does that mean? Our second one is to create your list of stakeholders. So, this is an activity that we'll actually have you involved in today. Is creating a list of people who are stakeholders in your business, in your professional career. And then finally, the last one is understanding the importance of considering stakeholders in your decision making process. So there are situations where you'll want to listen to one type of stakeholder, and there are other situations where you really focus on some of the other ones. But the main thing that we do want to do is stay away from a situation like this
Mm-hmm.
where you feel that everyone is relying on you for answers right now. This
Exactly.
is really stressful. And
Mm-hmm.
as you're running your business, if you keep all the ideas in your head, this is kind of the situation that you're going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, what you want to do is get to a situation like this where information is going back and forth between you and the people that you are working with in order to build your success. Okay, so what is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is someone who's involved or in or affected by a course of action connected with your business. All right, so what does that mean? It really means that anyone that is connected to your business. It could be, for example, your employees or your vendors. If you have a loan, it could be the bank, or it could be your customers. Right. Yeah, I really want to we'll talk more about the different types of stakeholders, but yeah, but this is really anyone that's connected to your business and isn't affected in any way by it. So there are
Yes.
three different types of stakeholders. So there's internal and
Mhm.
external. There's primary and secondary, and finally is direct and indirect stakeholders. So let's look at each type. So internal stakeholders are people who are within your organization. Think about people who are like employees, your board of directors.
Mhm.
If you have other managers or other business partners, these would be internal stakeholders. And external stakeholders are people who are affected by your business, but are actually not part of your organization.
Mhm.
So, for example, you might have your customers and your vendors as part of the group that would be external stakeholders. Okay. Kath, can you think of an example of an
Yes.
internal stakeholder?
Yes, internal stakeholders. Of course, this would be like anyone that is actually in your organization. So, for example, your business partner, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the one you work with, actually. Or if it's, let's say, can also be your boss or
Mm-hmm.
anyone in the company itself.
Mm.
So, if you're working with that person, then that can be internal stakeholder. So we're not only
Mm-hmm.
talking about like business, as
Mm-hmm.
in if
Mm.
you own a business, you can
Mm-hmm.
actually relate to this because when you
Mm.
work in the office, so this is the person next to you. The person you're always working with. So they are the
Mm.
internal stakeholders because you directly affect them. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So for the external
Mm-hmm.
stakeholders,
Yeah.
so what do you think? So these are the stakeholders that are affected by your business. So this can be, John, am I right? Your
Yeah.
family, your parents.
So for example, I mean, if we take the example of if exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, if we take the example of working in a company, right? The
Yes.
internal stakeholders would be, for example, the people on your team, your
Hmm.
manager, really everyone within the company.
Yes.
And the external stakeholders would be, for example, your family,
Hmm.
your spouse, right? Yeah. It might be your parents if you're giving your parents money and your salary is low, and they say, "How come you can't give us more money?" Right? They
Yes,
might be
exactly.
external stakeholders
Mhm.
in that situation as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So John, before we move on,
Mhm.
yeah, since we haven't really gone through the comments, so let me
Mhm.
just greet each and every one watching right now.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for always tuning in, to all my followers here.
Mhm.
And also, yeah, I think some people are watching outside the Leica community. So thank you so much. So we have just started. So for those who actually came a little bit late, so John and I, we are offering the first part of CEO Bootcamp. And wait, let me just go to our, yeah, okay. So we
Okay.
are actually offering
Yeah.
this.
Well, actually, we have some people on Facebook I'd like to mention as well.
Yes, yes, sure.
So yeah, I'd like to thank Michelle. Michelle Ramos is in.
Hmm.
Thanks for coming today, and Doc Pi Cabrera. Thanks for joining us
Yes, Doc
tonight as
Pai.
well. And to the rest of you who are on YouTube, because we
Mhm.
have several other people on YouTube tonight. Thanks so much for coming today.
Yes, thank you, Doc Pai and Doc Pai Cabrera, and also Burns. Cabrera. She's watching as well. And also Pat Natividad Sevilla, Tita Neri Bautista, Kai Blake, Jenny Santos. Thank you. Thank you for watching. All right.
Okay.
So for those who are late, so this is like a free session that we are offering, but it's actually part of the CEO Bootcamp. So we are discussing now the meaning of stakeholders and the types. Yes. So let me just recap again. Internal stakeholders. So these are the people that you are actually work with or is within your organization or company, or if you do not have your own business, so this can be the people that you work with in the office. So for the external stakeholders, John,
Mm-hmm.
yes, for this,
Yeah.
yes, external stakeholders,
Okay.
John.
Okay. That's okay. So yes,
Yeah.
are the type of people who are not inside your business, but
Hmm.
are affected by your business.
Yes,
So, for
exactly,
example, like customers and vendors are good examples of external stakeholders.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's move on and look at the next type of stakeholder. So
Hmm.
the next type of stakeholders we have are primary stakeholders and secondary stakeholders. So the primary stakeholders are people who are directly impacted by the success of your
Hmm.
business. And secondary businesses are the ones who assist your business but are not part of your organization. I mean, you often hear in large companies them talking about meeting the needs of the shareholders. Right, those are good. That's a good example of primary shareholders.
Hmm.
Secondary stakeholders would be people who are, for example, your vendors. Again, like each of the types of stakeholders that we have is going to be in in all these different areas. So, for example, an employee is going to be internal or external, a
Hmm.
primary or secondary, and then going through each of these, they're going to touch all three areas.
Exactly.
Kat, do you have anything else to add here?
Yes. So actually, we are going to review this later with an exercise.
Hmm.
Yeah, so just to make sure that everyone understands what what primary, secondary, or internal, external stakeholders are. Yes. Yeah. So maybe
Yep.
for the
Okay. Very
primary,
good.
yes.
Yep. Go
Can
ahead.
you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm hearing
Still
two
lag.
people at the same time,
Ah,
so
that's why. All right.
yeah.
Okay, so for the primary stakeholders, so this stakeholder are directly impacted by the success of your business. So, what is a perfect example for this, John? Again,
For a secondary stakeholder,
primary.
for a primary. So a good example of a primary stakeholder would be if you worked at a large company, a
Mhm.
primary stakeholder would be a investor,
Yes, an
and a
investor,
secondary stakeholder would be a vendor.
a vendor, or if you are doing online business, then
If you're in an online
travel.
business, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, like your ability to get product.
exactly. Suppliers or
Yeah,
your
yeah,
shipping company. Yeah, that
yeah,
can be
right.
also secondary stakeholders.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yep. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Let's move on to the last type. So we have direct and indirect stakeholders. So
Yes.
direct stakeholders are ones who take part in the creation of your products or services.
Okay.
So if you're making something, right? Anyone that provides you, for example, ideas, someone who provides you supplies, like a vendor, would be a direct stakeholder,
Mhm.
right? And you might want to have a few direct stakeholders if you're getting supplies from companies, right? You might
Mhm.
have one or two, you might have two or three companies you're getting things from in order to mitigate your risk of not getting what you need.
Mhm.
And then indirect stakeholders are those who are concerned with the finished product of your business. right? They want to see the quality. They get what you need at the end. So if you're working on a project, let's say that you do design, visual design, right? So your indirect stakeholders are going to be your customers,
Okay.
and your direct stakeholders would be the service that provides that you use in order to
Yes,
create the visuals.
the visuals. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Is that clear?
Yeah, Nino, do you understand? I think Nino is here.
Hey, Nino.
Yes. Okay. And Joshua is here as well. Hello,
Hi, Joshua.
Joshua. Good evening.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
let's move to the next one. Okay, so for the next part, this is a quick exercise for everyone. So for us to identify if we really understand the different stakeholders or the types of stakeholders. So this is the first example. We have here your spouse or your partner. So what do you think is your spouse? What type of stakeholder is your partner? So let's identify the first one. We have internal or external. I want to see your answers in the comment section. So, do you think it's an internal or external stakeholder? So, again, internal stakeholder, you work with this person, it's within your company. And then external stakeholders, this will be those affected or influenced by your business, like your customers. So, what do you think your spouse is? So, can you answer in the comment section? So, internal or external? Very good. I can see comments right now. Yeah,
Mm.
so I've seen some. Yes, Jeannie said external. Camille said
Yep.
external as well. Very good. So your spouse is actually your external stakeholders. Okay, one of the external stakeholders. Yes, Joshua said external. Nina said external. That's right. Okay, let's move on to the next part. So your
So
spouse.
yeah.
Yes, John,
Yep.
please.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're running a business, your spouse would actually be an internal stakeholder.
Ah,
Be-
yes, if you're running a
yeah,
business. Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
that your spouse is probably connected to all the business decisions that you're going to make.
Ah, yes. So that's the difference between that, John, right?
Mm. Mm.
So if you own the business and your husband or your spouse or your wife, if they are part of the decisions, so definitely they are internal stakeholder. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if you work in the office, they
And
are
if you
considered external, right?
external, yeah, right, yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
Okay. So Kai said in external because of that. That's a good one. In
Yeah,
external.
external.
Okay. So the next one, John,
Yeah. Okay.
primary or secondary. So do you think your partner is a primary stakeholder or a secondary stakeholder?
Mm-hmm.
Nina said, you're not sure, Master Kai. But actually, Kai is correct, right? Can be internal or external depending on your situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? This time, my question is primary stakeholder or secondary stakeholder? What do you think? So again, let's go back to the meaning, okay? So for the primary stakeholder, they are directly impacted by your business, by the
Mm-hmm.
success of your business. But the other one, secondary stakeholders, they assist your business but are not a part of your organization. They assist your business but not a part of your organization. So, what do you think? Primary or secondary? This is not a test, guys. It's okay to
All
make this.
right.
Okay, I can see answers now. Floor said primary.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Shallow? Michelle?
Yeah. Doc Pie says it doesn't matter for him.
Yeah, don't worry, guys.
Okay.
It's like
That's good.
this is like a session, a real session,
Mm.
and you are all the students.
Mm.
It's okay. It's not a
Mm.
test.
Yeah.
We're still teaching you.
Mm-hmm.
Primary, said
Okay.
Michelle Ramos. Okay, primary.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and I is saying secondary. Yeah.
Someone said secondary. I cannot see that yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's actually going to be
Yes. And the answer, John?
is primary stakeholder.
Primary stakeholder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Again, they're directly impacted by what happens in your business.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Right. This is the point. Right. Is that whatever income you have, if you need to take out loans for your business,
Mhm.
if you're going to hire employees, yeah, your spouse is most likely going to be connected to these if you're working on your own business. Right. Yeah, because
Mhm.
they're directly impacted by that. Okay. Like I know that, for example, I know that Michelle's husband has a company that makes fish tanks and does those setups, right? So, however much money they decide to spend on fish tanks,
Mhm.
right? I'm sure that Michelle has some say in how they do that business. Are they going to do like 55-gallon fish tanks, or are they going to do 20-gallon fish tanks? Like the cost for doing those is really different. And if you can find the same market for the smaller fish tanks, that might be a better decision because because it's cheaper and you can get just as many or maybe more customers.
Mhm.
So this is a good example of how your spouse or your partner would be connected to the decisions that your company makes. So how about the last one, Kath?
Okay, so the last one, what do you consider for your spouse? Is this your direct stakeholder or indirect stakeholder? So for direct again, they take part in the creation of your products. And for the indirect, sorry, products or services, and then indirect stakeholders, they are concerned with the finished product of your business, concerned, but not really doing it with you. Okay, so what do you think is the answer for your spouse? Direct stakeholders or indirect stakeholders? Okay, so Flora said direct. Okay. How about the others? What's your answer? Is it confusing, guys? So most of you answered direct. Yeah, Joshua, Michelle, Flor, Ginny. Okay,
And that's correct.
and that's correct. Yes. Why? Why is it correct? So they take part in the creation. So especially if, oh, wait for a moment, John. I think I got disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure. Am I still
Mm-hmm.
live?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're still good. You're
I'm
still good.
still good. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Doc Pie said it's indirect, your spouse could be an
Mm-hmm.
indirect stakeholder.
Mm-hmm.
It if that person is just receiving the benefits of your work.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if I have a medical practice and I'm the one that runs the business,
Mm-hmm.
and all my spouse does is get money
Mm-hmm.
from my work, yeah, they would be an indirect stakeholder because they
Yes.
really have no say or no concern about the way the business is running at all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so Joshua said decisions are made not just by me, as what John has said, my spouse would have a say in it. So that's why it's direct. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Just like what Michelle said, I take part in the creation of our tank and fish business. So direct. Exactly. Very good. You got
So yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. This is it, right? So this is the thing: is that everyone's situation is different, and
Mm-hmm.
the way that you're going to interpret the information in the course is going to be a little bit different. But that's what
Exactly.
makes it so like such a good opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you're getting to think, you're thinking about how other people process the information, how their situation is different than yours,
Mm-hmm.
because more likely than not, what other people are experiencing is something that you're going to be experiencing as well down the road.
Exactly.
So it gives you a lot of different ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
Yes.
move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Your employees.
Okay. So the next one, your employees. Hmm. So what do you think? So let's identify this one. Internal or external? Internal or external? So let's see the comments. Employees. Internal or external? I think this is quite easy. Okay. So I can see some comments now. That's internal.
Mm.
Yeah, how about the others? Camille said internal.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
And for those of you on
Internal.
YouTube, I'm not seeing your comments. So what do you guys think? Like I said,
Mabs.
this is not such a hard one.
Yeah. Nino and Mabs, they said internal as well. So good. Floor internal. Okay. So that is
Internal,
right. Yes, the answer is internal.
internal, yeah.
Okay. Now, the next part, primary or secondary? Is it primary or secondary stakeholder? What do you think? Just to refresh you with the details, okay? So when you say primary, directly impacted. Secondary, assist you. So what do you think? So Nino said secondary.
I could
Mm.
see that.
Um.
I mean,
Okay.
sometimes the employees don't have a direct hand in the creation of the product.
Oh yeah,
For
that can
example, if
be.
you work in admin,
Hmm.
and if you worked in R&D, then you might be a primary stakeholder.
How about the others? Primary or secondary?
Okay, you want to reveal the answer?
Yeah, let's
Here
reveal
we
the answer.
go. Okay,
The answer is
primary.
primary. So
Yeah,
who got it right? Camille. Yeah, primary. Why is it
yeah.
primary? Because um just to give you another example, okay? Secondary stakeholders. So let's say they just assist you with your business, but they're not really part of your organization. So for example, the supplier, where you get your materials, or let's say the shipping company that you work with. Let's say you work with LBC, right, in the Philippines. So they are actually not part of your organization, but you work with them and they assist you in your business. So it's the same thing with, yeah. So it's the same thing with the employees here. Okay. So it's not secondary, but it's primary because they are really part of your organization. You got that? Okay, that's why we have this exercise, right? We want to make sure that you understand the different people, yes, involved in the business. Okay, the last one, direct stakeholder or indirect stakeholder. What's your what's your understanding? Direct or indirect? So direct again, this stakeholder take part in the creation of your products. Take part. They actually do the same process as you, most likely. And indirect, they're just concerned with the finished product of your business, but not really uh, part of doing it. Okay, so, oh, very good. So easy for the others to guess this one. So, John, can you reveal the answer? Direct, very good. Yes, so the employees are direct stakeholders because they are part of your team. They do and create the products or they perform the services with you. So that would be direct stakeholder. Okay, good, good, good. Let's go to the next part. So we have the next one, customers. Okay, customers. So let's identify again. This time, I'd like you to answer three. Okay, before I reveal the answer. Answer three, choose from internal, external, primary, secondary, direct, indirect. So let's have it all at once. Let's see if you understand.
And remember, you should have three answers.
Yes, three
So internal,
answers.
external, primary and secondary, direct and indirect.
Yes. What is that sound? Oh, sorry about that. That's not my phone. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just giving you time to answer. So, customers. So, you should be giving us three answers, okay? Internal or external, and then primary, secondary, and then direct or indirect. So Wang gave us an answer, external, secondary, indirect. Let's see. Okay, for floor, it's internal, primary, and direct. Okay, Joshua, three answers, Joshua. It should be three answers.
Okay, so for burn, it's external, secondary, and indirect.
Yes. Who else? Why am I not getting the comments? I cannot see. Oh, there. Michelle said external, secondary, indirect. Camille, external, secondary, indirect. Joshua, external, secondary, indirect. And you are
Okay.
correct. Very good.
Okay, and dog pie, external, primary, and indirect.
Primary.
So yeah, let's look at
Mhm.
what we got.
The answer? Okay, so the answer external, primary, and then direct.
Direct.
So most of you answered secondary. What's wrong? Okay, why is it not secondary? Why is it primary? So primary, these stakeholders are directly impacted by the success of your business, and customers are very much impacted or influenced or affected by your business. So definitely primary. So who got it correct? Only Doc Pai Cabrera. So very good, Doc Pai. Well done. That's right. So remember that your customers are your primary stakeholders. That's why you're
Mm,
doing your business. They are primary, they are
mm,
not secondary. Always
mm,
remember that. This is very, very important, guys. Okay. Yeah. So
mm.
don't be confused. Relax. Try
Yeah,
to think about the um. If you say primary, of course, primary that will be the
yeah.
main. Okay,
Well,
main.
yeah. Well, this is the issue, right? Is that when we're first starting a business and
Mm-hmm.
we're thinking about the product or the service that we offer, we're usually thinking about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, for your business to be successful, you have to think about what your customers want. And so if you frame everything in that point of view as what your customers want, then you really have to interact with your customers and make sure that they're going to purchase the products or services, right, that you're offering up. And
Yes. Okay. So others are confused. That's why we're studying it. That's the
right,
important thing about this. If you are confused, that's good because you are starting to know the right answers
yeah.
and
Okay,
how. Yeah. Yes,
let's do
John.
just one more.
Okay, the
The
last
government.
one. The government. This is a good example. So give us three answers for this. Government this time.
It, right. If you're in business, right, you have taxes.
Yes.
And so yeah, so they are in some way they're connected to your business.
Mm-hmm. So let us see your answers. Government, the government.
Okay, what do you think? Put your answers in the
Yes.
chat box.
Mm-hmm. I think they are still thinking.
Hmm.
Yeah, others are really, yeah, others are still confused. Yes. Okay, so I think we do have
Yeah.
answers now.
Okay.
So Ida said external, primary, and indirect. And Wang said external, secondary, and indirect. Okay, I'm waiting for the others. What do you think for the other student? Michelle, try.
Okay. Do you want to reveal?
Okay, so I can see other answers now. Internal, secondary, indirect. External, primary, indirect.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh,
External, primary, and indirect.
okay. So who got that correct? Who
Okay. Who got
among
it correct?
Camille?
So there's our answer.
Yes, external, primary, indirect. Camille and Joshua got it correct. Yes. So why is it? John, can you explain why is it primary?
So.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, it's secondary. So it's external, right? Yeah, they have no say in your company.
Oh, sorry, secondary.
Yeah, no problem. It's secondary because
Secondary.
they're only going to get money or have influence on your company based on the rules and the way they collect taxes,
Mm-hmm.
But all you need to do is follow the government rules in order
Yes.
to make sure that that you're working within the structure of the system. And
Yes.
then finally, indirect is that if your company makes money, then they make money from
Mm-hmm.
you. But if your company doesn't make money, then you don't have to pay the government at all.
Okay. Oh, I made a mistake. So those who got it correct.
External, secondary, and indirect.
So it's Michelle. Michelle got it correct, I guess. And Floor got it correct as well. Yeah, external, secondary, indirect. Wang got it correct. So good, good.
Okay.
I hope you understand.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Really, the idea of this exercise is for everyone to start to think about what's the influence that each of these different stakeholders has on your business.
Exactly.
Some of them you need to communicate with
Mhm.
and you need to listen to more carefully, and others really are just outside influences on your business, but they are an influence nonetheless.
Mhm.
Because the idea is then, how do you, you don't listen to everyone equally. To
Mhm.
some of your stakeholders, you're going to listen more, and to others, you're going to listen less. And that's really what this whole exercise is about. What's the priority of why you should listen to people, and what's the kind of information that you're really expecting to get from them and to give to them.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's move on to an exercise where you consider who your stakeholders are.
Exactly. So you need
Okay?
to know. Yes, so you need to know who are your stakeholders. So it's not for everyone, like all the examples that we have. So you need to know who are exactly your stakeholders. Okay, and what kind of stakeholders are they? Yes. So in your business, so for example, um what can be a good example for this, John? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say in my business, okay, so let's pick one business. For example, with our family's business, which is Yakult distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So who are our stakeholders in this case? So we have a lot, of course, involved in the business. So we have our um, direct what do you call this, direct staff. We have our
Mm-hmm.
Yakult ladies. Okay, we have our customers who buy the products directly from the Yakult ladies, or customers who actually buy from the supermarket. We also have the advertising team, or a lot of people actually are involved, but you need to know what kind of stakeholders are they and how much they influence you and so on. So let's have the first one. So maybe let's say the Yakult ladies. The Yakult ladies. So they are part of our business and definitely our stakeholders. So if we are going to identify that, so the Yakult ladies are our internal stakeholders because they are within our organization, and then they are primary stakeholders because they are directly impacted by the success of our business. They take part for our business to be successful as well, and at the same time they are direct stakeholders because they create, not really create, but they actually deliver our products. So, and they share the knowledge of Yakult to the customers as well. So that's how we identify. Can you relate, everyone? Do you understand? So that's only one part. So when you try to identify the people or your stakeholders in your business, so try to think of each of them and who really matters or who you should take care of. So it all goes to that part, right, John? So
Yeah,
what
that's
did
right.
you?
And you don't have to share your whole list with us. I mean,
Yes.
one of the objectives today is that you actually have a list for yourself to think about
Hmm.
as you are working on your business and as you're looking at your new opportunities. Right?
Yes.
Right, for me, one of my stakeholders is the people in my email list. I mean, a lot of you are in my email list, right? And as people engage more, they become more important stakeholders. And some people don't open my emails at all, so it
Mhm.
really makes me wonder whether I have the right message for them. So they're like indirectly connected to my business, whereas people who are engaging with me are more directly connected to my business.
Yes. Yeah. So this is how we are actually going to do it in the actual session. So of course this is live and everyone's watching,
Mm-hmm.
but with our CEO bootcamp, since you are only 12 mostly in the business insight, we are going to focus on what you really need in your business, and we will identify all of this one by one, and we can assist you better. So we are going to have a lot of time to figure this out and to help you, and which focus we should do, or we should actually prioritize in your business.
Yeah, this is really part of the workshop section of the building your business is that sitting down and talking with other people about who their stakeholders are and coming up with helping others come up with their list. You're going to come up with your list too. You're going to think about things that you hadn't thought about before and have some different context. And the idea is that as you work together, you're getting a lot more of a takeaway than you will like going through the slides and watching and coming up with the answers yourself. So the idea is in the course that if you're in the business development, you're working together with people and then you're coming up with your answers and you're bouncing them off each other and then bringing
Yes.
them back to the group. And if you're in the getting started group, right, you'll be in the discourse community. You can put down your stakeholders and your questions, and then the people in the group will help to help you to understand those a little bit better.
Mm, okay. Yes. There are some funny comments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think it's part of learning actually, guys. So if you feel like oh, I'm a bit confused with what's happening, and that's why it's really good that you are aware of these people and your stakeholders, the people you work with, the people are um influenced by what you're doing. So whether it's business or whether it is in a company or you're working in an office, it doesn't matter. So you have to you have to know your stakeholders. So if you're a bit confused now, that's
Mm-hmm.
because you are not really aware of them. And don't worry, as we move on to the course, you are going to understand each of this better and better, and you are going to improve your business and how you control your lives because of these factors that actually affect your decisions. So I hope that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, so who can give us an example? Who is someone here that could actually share who their stakeholders are? Yeah. And it's better also if you share to us what kind of business do you have or what kind of work do you do? So who can share to us? Do you have comments in the YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, if someone has an idea in YouTube, yeah, of a stakeholder and what kind of stakeholder they are.
yes. So kindly share to us. Let's try. Okay, so Michelle gave an example.
Mm-hmm.
So stakeholders in our business, suppliers. So she identified their suppliers as external, good, secondary, okay, and direct. Is it right, John?
That's correct.
Very good. Okay, and then Michelle said customers.
Mm-hmm.
So the people receiving their products, buying their products. So
Mm-hmm.
external, according to Michelle, external, primary, indirect. Yes, that's right, primary.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Yes, you are good. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, you
Shelo,
got it. Yeah.
you got it. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Rena
Yeah.
said stakeholders are the people interested about your business. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's what we are talking about here, Rena.
Mm.
Galing, tama. All right. Who else? Who else can share? Yeah, I hope you do understand. And if not,
Okay.
if you are a little bit shy to comment here, then of course, I think some of you are part of the discovering your ikigai course, and you have a chance to have the session with us.
Mm-hmm.
So most likely, don't worry, you will be able
Yeah.
to discuss with us any concerns. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So,
So
yep.
yes,
So
Joshua.
Doc Pie said, yeah. So Doc Pie said, in his skin clinic,
Mm-hmm.
his employees, his customers, his suppliers, and the government are all the stakeholders. Yeah, those are correct. Yeah, those are some. Yeah, that's a good list uh, of stakeholders.
Yes, even the government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Joshua said, I'm an English instructor in Japan. So my
Yeah,
internal
yeah.
stakeholders are the
I don't
staff.
know if you have an insurance company, Doc Pie, but they're a
Okay.
stakeholder as well.
Ah, yes, that's a good one for clinics, right? Hmm. Yes. All right. So we have an example from Joshua. I'm an
Mm-hmm.
English instructor in Japan. My internal stakeholders are the staff, yes, my coworkers, managers, and etc. External instructors are external stakeholders are our paying customers.
Mm.
That's right. Very good.
Mm.
Yes. Don't worry, Ara. I'm not going to delete the live. You can watch the replay.
Mm. Yeah, I like this idea where, like, in teaching English, right? Your manager is a is an internal stakeholder,
Hmm.
but your but the other teachers are external stakeholders
Exactly.
because whatever you do, right, directly impacts the manager, right? The
Hmm.
customer complaints, the customer satisfaction reading,
Hmm.
right? And for the other teachers, it's just a handoff. You're handing off from yourself to someone else, and it's a whole new experience. So that's a really good example of the two different styles.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I hope
Mhm.
it does make sense to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, based
Yeah.
on the examples that they gave. Actually, they are all correct. You're giving correct answers and correct
Mm.
types. So very good.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, John.
Okay.
uh, Let's move
Yep.
to the next one.
Yep. So, Kath, why is it important to understand who your stakeholders are?
Oh, it's really, really important because, first of all, you have to know who they are, be who you do business with, and how much they can actually affect your business. So let's say it's not only about customers. So sometimes we think that, okay, I should focus on getting a lot of customers, promoting my products so that a lot of people will buy. But actually, they are not the only one you should be concerned of. So you should also check who are your other stakeholders. Why is it important? Because let's say your suppliers. So if you let's say if you settled with let's say good quality cheap products or materials for your business, um, but you are not really concerned whether or not to actually find a better one, so sometimes there are things that should be attributed into this situation. So you have to know each of them, not only focus on one thing. So it's really important to understand each of them, because we need to make all of them satisfied, all of them happy working with you. And, just like in a company, so when you do business, it's really important that each of you understands each other. Each of you would have a good relationship, just like in our Leica community, right? So if we have a common goal, if we are doing the same thing, if we are actually in the same, let's say, purpose, then we are going to have a very good outcome with what we're doing. We're going to be successful in what we're doing because we support each other. So that's why it's so important for us to know who our stakeholders. How about you, John?
Yeah, I agree. I think that if we understand who our stakeholders are, we know how to listen and how to ask the right questions. I mean, if you
Yes.
look at this slide right here, right, what we really want to do is have a good relationship with each of the different stakeholders that we have so that we can communicate effectively and understand their needs and how we can serve those. Because
Mhm.
for each type of stakeholder that we have, like what we need to explain to, or what we need to communicate with them, and what their needs are going to be very different. So as we
Yes.
identify those, then we know what kind of conversations we to have, how we should maybe be looking for to grow those circles. Right, we might grow our circle of suppliers, employees, or customers. All right, and with our family, right, we might have to look at, like, for example, when we're working and when we're not. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's really important to understand the needs of each one.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. So I mean, so let's kind of wrap up today. So we want to wrap up before we start taking questions with a little bit of a close and a little bonus for you. So,
Hmm.
Kath, you want to talk about this?
Yes, just like what I mentioned in the last live. So it's really important for us, John, to share or impart our knowledge when it comes to business and also your professional growth. So that's why we want a lot of you to be able to take this opportunity. So as you can see on the screen, we have here save 50% now up until April 3. So if you would like to learn more about controlling your life, your business, your career, so and all the other important aspects that we are going to discuss in the CEO Bootcamp, such as defining your products and services, sales, marketing. So we have a lot in store for you. So 8 sessions. So you will have the chance to have 50% off. And that will be from now until the April 3rd. Yes. So all you need to do is type the coupon code
Bootcamp
bootcamp
15.
15 and click on the link to the shop, so synergypersonaldevelopment.com or shop.synergypersonaldevelopment.com. So you have 50% off from today or tonight until April 3rd. Yes, especially for those na medyo budgeted and wala um, pang-enroll. Ayan. So we are given this chance. This is for yeah, it's really good if you grab the chance for the business insight as well. Kasi mas okay yon. Mas talagang tutok sa inyo on how we can actually help you with your business. Ayan. So that's why thank you, John, for giving this
Mm-hmm.
discount, especially for the Leica community and all the viewers here.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So this is what
Yeah, we
John
want
would
to
like to
really.
offer.
The most important thing is that we help people to be successful in their businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As really, like, our idea is that you're the stakeholders in what we're doing going forward. So, so whatever we need to do to help you take the steps to become successful are going to help us to continue to be able to provide training that's going to be useful to you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're all about. So,
Yes. Okay.
okay. And we also have, we're going to give away one scholarship today
Yes.
for CEO Bootcamp Getting Started.
Mm-hmm.
So you can continue to submit your entries through the end of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But today we are going to give a scholarship for getting started to. Kat, give you a little drum roll for us.
Okay, I don't have the drum roll and the
The
sound
winner
board.
is
But the
Michelle
lucky, yeah, the
Ramos.
lucky one is Michelle Ramos.
Michelle
Cello.
Ramos.
Yeah, so thank you so much, John, for choosing Shello, Michelle Ramos. So
Yeah,
congratulations. You are going to
congratulations,
have
Michelle.
a scholarship for CEO Bootcamp. Thank you so much for your active participation, as always. And we can really see based on your answers in the application that you really need the bootcamp,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
this can be very helpful for you. So it's our pleasure to actually grant you this scholarship to be part
Mm-hmm.
of CEO Bootcamp. And congratulations, Shello.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. So
yeah.
for
That's
the
great.
others, you can still apply for scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
Shello is just the first one to get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, we are still going to grant other scholarships, of course. Yeah, so in the past, I've already given Ara
Mm-hmm.
Medalino, and who's the other one? I
Mm-hmm.
forgot. Where's my list?
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, we have two more scholarships, right?
we have two more scholarships.
Yeah, we gave away three. We're going to give away five, so we have two more scholarships to give away, and we'll be giving those away next week.
Yes. Monica Santos. Yeah, Monica Santos is the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I guess next, yeah, let's open up to questions. You have any questions? Please drop your questions in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer those for you as we wrap
Yes.
up today.
Yeah, you can ask us anything, especially about the stakeholders. Yeah, so any questions you would like to ask? Of course, if you would like to ask which is the most important stakeholder, of course, that would be your customer. Yes. So just like a lot of sayings, a lot of quotes, right? Your customer is always right. Your customer is your boss. So the purpose of the business is to serve its customers. Therefore, the most important stakeholder is your customer. Yes. And do you have any questions about that? This is no April Fools, ha? Talagang scholar namin si Shallow. Because it's April 1 today, guys.
Oh yeah,
But
we
yeah.
don't do it for fools.
I'm actually looking at the laptop right now, looking at the comments. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions, guys? Joshua, do you have a question? My my comments in my phone, it's not really updating, so that's why I'm looking at
Okay.
the laptop instead. There. Yeah. So I hope you guys are
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know you are really happy for Shallow. You know Shallow.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Okay, so Joshua asked the question, as an influencer, who are the stakeholders?
Mm.
Yeah, actually, John, there was supposed to be social media there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have to identify that one in
Mm-hmm.
the slide.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, one big stakeholder is your channel,
Yes,
right? I mean, I'm
exactly.
locked out. I'm still locked out of Facebook, so you don't really realize how important that channel is
Mm-hmm.
until you lose it.
Exactly.
So, right, as an influencer, you really need to think about that. Right, they're actually why they you don't have any say in how they
Mhm.
operate their business. They do have a lot of say in how you operate yours.
Exactly. So just like your suppliers, your vendors.
Mm-hmm.
So in social media influencers, so of course the platform that you use is part of your stakeholders. So it's really crucial that you have a really good platform. And so just like for us here, watching right now, we have Leica as our platform. And not only that, not only the platform, but also the people involved there, right? So we have such a great community that we cannot find this to other social media, right? You have the support, you have people with minds that are alike. So it's really good. It's important to know. Yes. So Joshua said, especially don't provide any products or services. Um, actually provide service. It depends on what you do as a social media influencer. You promote products, right? And as for me, I'm a different kind of influencer. Mainly, I actually impart or share, um, just like John, right?
Hmm.
Personal growth
Yeah.
or motivation, or let's say what we do every Sunday night. I share Bible verses and reflection,
Hmm.
testimony. So that's a different thing. But again, there are lots of important stakeholders for this.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the platform that you use, what else, Sean? So
Yeah, I mean,
besides
like for example, for
viewers,
me,
right?
like I like besides being an influencer, right? I also do courses.
Yes.
So, like, what's the platform that I use?
Mm-hmm.
Who where is my website hosted,
Mm-hmm.
and what system as I am I using for my website? Right, I
Yes.
have a book. So, where do I sell my book?
Mm-hmm.
I actually have to have agreements with all the places my book is sold, and then also like I have one company that does print on demand for me, and why they're a
Exactly.
stakeholder in my business, right? They raised my price by 40% last year, and I have
Mm-hmm.
absolutely no control over that. So what I
Yes.
thought could be a book for like $15, right? And that would be a book that would be okay. Suddenly, the price of my book went up to $15, and so I need to pass those costs on to customers,
Mm.
and that's not uncommon in any business.
Yes. So for online sellers, your resellers are also your stakeholders. So as
Hmm.
for me, let me give you a really specific answer. So let's say Joshua has a question about influencers. So um, what do I do in my everyday thing? So at first, it's really important that you take care or you work really good or well with your stakeholders. So let's say if one of your stakeholders, this is not his or her primary job, right? And that would be a problem if you do not know how to do it. So, for example, for me, it used to be my sister. My sister does everything for me until now. She does a lot of my posters, but it started to reach that point that she got busy with the family's business. So I wanted to really learn how to do it myself. So sometimes you have to consider these parts. So for me as a social media influencer, so definitely those people I work with. So for example, Kai Blake, she's one of my stakeholders for sure because we work directly every day, all the time. And also, of course, who does my posters or who actually contributes to my content, who I do collaborations with. So they are my stakeholders. So they are important, like the like ambassadors and advocates. They are my stakeholders because I work with them, right? And then, of course, the followers, the people who I actually reach out to. So they are my stakeholders as well. So, Joshua, in your part, your viewers. Your viewers are your stakeholders, or for those, let's say you do your own OBS, but sometimes your fiance definitely is part of it because he contributes to your stream as well and your decisions, right? So that's an example, right? Okay, so who
Yeah.
else? Who else has a question? Again, my comment section is not updating.
Hmm.
I need
Okay.
to refresh the laptop.
Yeah.
Can you see any questions in your line, John?
No, there's no more
And as of
questions
now.
over here. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I can see others.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe not questions, but more like comments.
Uh huh.
Yeah, so Kai said, "I'm your stakeholder, Joshua." Yeah, or anyone who
Yeah.
actually promotes you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a lot.
Ambassadors. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us. Kai Blake is our stakeholder. Is our
Hmm.
stakeholder because she promotes us every day.
Mm.
That's right.
Right, exactly. And like people who are doing that, right? Your ambassadors, you really want to get them involved in the process
Hmm.
because they're talking to their friends, right, to their networks, and they're
Hmm.
getting information that could be vital for helping you build your business as well. So yeah, so when you have ambassadors, those are really big stakeholders because they represent so many other people that have
Hmm.
similar ideas and thoughts and desires, right? That you're hoping to fulfill, right, through your business.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right, so we do look forward to your applications for those who are still interested, or
Mm-hmm.
for others, please grab the opportunity for you to be able to have the full course.
Mm-hmm.
And that is with one on one interaction. We can help you a lot, especially with your business.
Mm-hmm.
We have breakout rooms. We are going to discuss each aspects of your business in terms of all the topics that we are going to offer.
Mm.
And John, can you recap again all our topics for the CEO Bootcamp?
Yeah, so again, right? So we have two types of CEO bootcamp. We have
Mm-hmm.
business insights, which is the live session that includes breakout rooms and working together, and we have getting started. So
Yes.
there we'll be covering 6 different areas in this course, or
Mm-hmm.
rather 5 different areas. So
Five.
we have defining your products and services, and then marketing, your sales, setting goals, and then finally project management. So
Exactly.
these are the 5 areas that we'll be talking about in the course.
Yes.
Again, if you're in Business Insights, you'll get those sessions live, and those will be on Friday nights
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. And if you're
Yes.
in Getting Started, then you will get the recordings. But you will both have access to our Discord community, in which you can share your questions and your insights and your answers to the questions that are brought up as a way to get some feedback, and to interact with others, and hopefully to build a little bit of a sense of community as well. Going back to the
Yes.
idea we talked about with mastermind before,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're actually going to know people that you can talk to
Mm-hmm.
about your business, how you're going to grow it, what problems you have, and share from the experiences of others.
Yes. So you're going to have that chance. This Discord community is actually one example of a mastermind group that could actually help you with what you need in your business, and you will be able to impart knowledge to each other as well. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So very good topics, defining your products. So just like stakeholders, so there's a lot here that we don't know. And it's the same thing with all the topics na i-discuss namin ni John. So we have defining your products, marketing, a lot will be tackled here. And again, this is not just a short course, I mean, short session, just like this. How many
Mm-hmm.
hours, John, again,
Yeah.
for
So
one
each
topic?
yeah. So the seminar session part will be 1 hour. The discussion part will be 1 hour.
See?
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the developing your business has 3 additional sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So we're actually looking at about 16 hours of course
Yes.
time. And for the getting started, it's 5 hours. Plus, we'll do a bonus session at
Mm-hmm.
the end of the course to help you understand what the next steps that you should take with your business are.
Exactly.
Yeah, and for
Yeah.
the developing your business, that'll be rolled into the last couple of
Mm-hmm.
sessions.
There, so a lot of things to be covered in 1 hour plus 1 hour of discussion. So it's like
Hmm.
one on one, hands on, that we are going to help you define everything, right? So, especially with your product or your service, your marketing, your sales, yeah, there, and how you set your goals for your business.
Hmm.
And not only
Yeah,
business owners, okay? Also with your company, or also with how you do your work.
yeah,
Yes, and of course, project management, how you
mm,
manage everything, is
yeah,
including time.
yeah, yeah. Setting goals is one thing, but achieving goals is far more important, and we want to make sure that you're able to do that. Yeah.
Yes.
So great. All
All
right,
right.
and we'll be back with you next Friday, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we'll be back here with you next Friday. We'll do a Q&A session. So, any questions that you have about getting your business
Mm-hmm.
started, some things that you might be having a little bit of a struggle with, or any
Mm-hmm.
questions you have about CEO Bootcamp, we'll be talking about
Mm-hmm.
these next week
That's right.
when we meet at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, yeah, feel free to drop us a line at one
Mm-hmm.
of our many places that you can get a hold of us if you have any questions or concerns along the way. And
Mm-hmm.
again, like I always am open to talking about why this course might work for you. If you hit me up for a meeting in the booking a consultation, book a 15-minute consultation, we can talk about your situation and how this course would help you over at
Mm-hmm.
synergypersonaldevelopment.com.
Yeah, so we can actually further assist you with anything you need so that you will be decided if you really want to take this chance to
Mhm.
learn about this or to have a control of what's the next thing that's going to happen in your life, as you
Yeah.
know, with the pandemic still going on. And I think you need a really good sense of direction. So
Mm.
we're here to answer your questions.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so just reach out to us.
Yeah.
So
The best investment you could make is
mhm,
an investment in yourself.
in yourself, and that's
Mm.
right. Yeah, so that's why John and I are here to help you figure things out. So we do look forward to you reaching out to us and
Hmm.
sending us an email or just comment or what else? Check the website.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone,
Thank you
for
so much.
watching
Yeah.
tonight.
Thank you. We appreciate you being here with us tonight. Take care.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, John,
Okay.
again.
Thanks, Kath. And thanks
Okay.
and thanks to all the stakeholders who were here today. All of you are
Exactly.
the reason that we're doing this. So yeah, we really
Yes.
appreciate your time. Thanks so much. And
Okay.
take care. Bye bye.
Thank you again, John. Bye, everyone.